Hey everyone, breaking news that you need to hear right now. Just 5 minutes ago, we received confirmation that the government has officially passed the new stimulus bill that so many Americans have been waiting for. This isn't just any stimulus package, we're talking about a substantial $4,600 one-time deposit that will be dropping into eligible accounts starting today. Are you going to be one of the millions of Americans receiving this payment? How quickly could this money reach your bank account? And what exactly do you need to do to ensure you don't miss out? If you want to stay updated on all the latest stimulus news and financial updates that could put more money in your pocket, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell right now so you never miss out on critical information that could benefit you and your family. The bill that just passed represents one of the most significant economic relief measures since the height of the pandemic. After months of negotiations, delays, and political back and forth, lawmakers have finally reached an agreement that prioritizes direct financial assistance to American households still struggling with inflation and economic uncertainty. This $4,600 payment comes at a crucial time when many families are facing rising costs across all aspects of daily life, from groceries to housing to transportation. But here's what makes this stimulus different from previous ones: the distribution is happening remarkably fast, with the first wave of deposits scheduled to begin hitting bank accounts as early as today for those with direct deposit information already on file with the IRS. What's particularly noteworthy about this stimulus package is the expanded eligibility criteria. Previous stimulus packages had stricter income thresholds, but this one has been designed to reach more middle-class families who might have been excluded in earlier rounds. Single filers earning up to $95,000 annually and joint filers earning up to $190,000 will qualify for the full amount, with partial payments available for those earning slightly above these thresholds. For many Americans, this means that even if you didn't qualify for previous stimulus payments, you might very well be eligible for this $4,600 deposit. Have you checked your eligibility status yet? Do you know exactly where you fall within these new guidelines? The Treasury Department has already begun the massive logistical operation of processing these payments. According to their official statement released just minutes ago, approximately 85% of eligible Americans will receive their payments via direct deposit within the next 2 weeks, with the first batch being processed immediately. For those without direct deposit information on file, paper checks will begin to be mailed out next week, though this method will take considerably longer to reach recipients. The IRS has also reactivated their stimulus tracking tool on their website, allowing you to check the status of your payment and update your information if necessary. If you received previous stimulus payments without issues, you likely won't need to take any action to receive this one. What makes this stimulus package particularly significant is that it's not just a temporary band-aid but part of a broader economic recovery strategy. The bill includes provisions for extended unemployment benefits, rental assistance programs, and small business support alongside the direct payments. Economic analysts are projecting that this influx of cash into the economy could help stave off recession concerns that have been looming for months. When millions of Americans suddenly have an extra $4,600 to spend, save, or invest, the ripple effects throughout the economy can be substantial. How will you utilize your stimulus payment? Will you put it toward pressing bills, build your emergency fund, or perhaps invest it for the future? It's important to understand that this stimulus payment is non-taxable income, meaning you won't owe taxes on this $4,600 when filing next year. This is consistent with previous stimulus payments and ensures that recipients get to utilize the full amount without setting aside a portion for future tax obligations. Additionally, if you owe back taxes or have certain other federal debts, this payment is protected from being automatically applied to those debts. It's intended to provide immediate financial relief directly to you, not to serve as a collection tool for the government. However, be aware that private debt collectors may still be able to access these funds once they're deposited into your account if you have outstanding judgments against you. For families with dependents, there's additional good news. Each qualifying dependent, regardless of age, will add an extra $500 to your stimulus payment. This is a significant change from previous stimulus packages, which often had age restrictions or lower amounts for dependents. For example, a family of 4 with 2 qualifying dependents could receive up to $5,600 in total, $4,600 base amount plus $1,000 for the 2 dependents. This enhanced support for families acknowledges the increased financial burden that comes with supporting children or other dependents during economically challenging times. Do you know exactly how much your family qualifies for under these new guidelines? Social Security recipients. disability insurance beneficiaries, and veterans receiving VA benefits will automatically receive their stimulus payments the same way they normally receive their benefits, no additional action required. This streamlined process ensures that some of our most vulnerable citizens won't have to navigate complicated systems to receive their funds. For these groups, the payments are expected to start arriving by the end of next week at the latest. If you're in one of these categories and don't receive your payment within the expected timeframe, the IRS has established a dedicated helpline to address concerns related specifically to this stimulus distribution. Financial experts are already weighing in on how Americans might best utilize this unexpected windfall. While immediate needs like rent, utilities, and groceries should naturally take priority, those who are financially secure might consider using this opportunity to pay down high-interest debt or bolster their emergency savings. Some financial advisors are suggesting the 50-30-20 approach, using 50% for immediate needs, 30% for debt reduction, and saving the remaining 20% for future emergencies. However, each person's financial situation is unique, and what works best for one household may not be ideal for another. Have you already planned how you'll allocate your stimulus funds once they arrive? One particularly important aspect of this stimulus bill that isn't getting enough attention is the enhanced protections against fraud. After learning from previous distribution challenges, the Treasury Department has implemented additional verification measures to ensure payments reach their intended recipients. This includes more robust identity verification processes and enhanced coordination with financial institutions. While these measures might slightly slow down some payments, they're critical in preventing the widespread fraud that plagued earlier stimulus distributions. If you receive any communications claiming to be from the IRS requesting personal information or payment to release your stimulus, remember that these are scams. The IRS will never contact you via email, text, or phone call to request sensitive information. The political journey to get this bill passed was not without significant hurdles. After weeks of contentious debate and several failed compromise attempts, the breakthrough came late last night when key senators finally reached across the aisle to forge a bipartisan agreement. The final vote tally showed stronger support than many political analysts had predicted, suggesting that both parties recognized the urgent need for economic relief among their constituents. This rare moment of political cooperation demonstrates that when the financial well-being of Americans is at stake, our representatives can sometimes put aside their differences to deliver meaningful assistance. Do you think this cooperative spirit will continue with future economic legislation? Or is this more of a one-time occurrence driven by specific circumstances? For small business owners, this stimulus package offers indirect benefits beyond any personal payment you might receive. As consumers suddenly have more disposable income, local businesses often see an immediate boost in spending. Previous stimulus distributions have shown that a significant percentage of these funds flow directly into local economies, particularly in retail, restaurants, and service industries. If you're a small business owner, now might be the perfect time to consider special promotions or marketing efforts to capture some of this increased spending potential in your community. Have you noticed the impact of previous stimulus payments on your business or the businesses in your local area? The timing of this stimulus coincides with rising inflation concerns, leading some economists to question whether putting more money into circulation might exacerbate these pressures. However, others argue that the targeted nature of these payments, going primarily to middle and lower income households who are more likely to spend the money quickly on necessities, makes them less inflationary than broader monetary policies. The Federal Reserve has indicated they're closely monitoring the situation but haven't suggested any immediate changes to interest rate plans in response to this stimulus package. How concerned are you about inflation impacting the real value of this stimulus payment? If you haven't received your stimulus payment within the expected timeframe, don't panic immediately. The IRS is processing millions of payments, and distribution will occur in waves over the coming weeks. The best way to check your status is through the official Get My Payment tool on the IRS website, which should be updated with the latest information about your specific payment. If you've moved or changed banks since your last tax filing, you might need to update your information through this portal. Remember that calling the IRS directly often results in long wait times and may not yield any additional information beyond what's available through their online resources. As we wrap up this breaking news update, I want to remind you that staying informed about these economic developments is critical to maximizing the financial opportunities available to you and your family. This stimulus package represents just one of many financial developments that could impact your financial future in the coming months. To ensure you never miss important updates like this one, Please take a moment to subscribe to this channel and activate notifications. We're committed to bringing you the most timely, accurate, and actionable financial information as soon as it becomes available. What other financial topics would you like us to cover in future videos? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll do our best to address your specific questions and concerns in upcoming content. Thank you for watching, and I hope this stimulus payment provides some meaningful relief for you and your loved ones during these challenging economic times.